The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in Georgia. GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.
And back to business. Today we will tell you about the company Klein Pantsulaia, KP, which backs its 17-year experience on another firm also based on the CIS market and recently expanded into other markets such as the US, Armenia and UAE. Specializing mainly in commercial law, KP aims to provide Western standard best practices to its clients, including Western compliance practices and Western standard response practices at very reasonable costs. More in the checkpoints.
For Georgia and Armenia to join the Western family of countries, economic integration of their industries and laws is of utmost importance. It is one of the reasons why a new law firm appeared simultaneously in the Georgian and Armenian markets. Klein Pantsulaia and Klein Iskandaryan are pioneer law firms combining forces of local and Western lawyers. This enables the companies to provide Western standard best practices to their clients at very reasonable costs.
We have two law firms, as you mentioned, and we see an opportunity where we don't believe that there are other law firms actually operating in both markets. That may be the case, but just focusing on these two markets, we don't see that. We are unique in both markets because we are a foreign-owned partnered with local attorneys, so that's unique, and it's a unique point for example, American companies come American, where they want the assurance that they're going to get American quality service with local attorney knowledge, and that's very important. We've done this before in other markets, and it's been very, very successful. So we think it'll be very successful here.
Klein Pantsulaia and Klein Iskandaryan specialize in all aspects of commercial law, including customs and product certification, real estate services, venture capital, private equity, M&A, patent licensing, employment and immigration. One of the reasons for the establishment of these companies in Georgian and Armenian markets is the recent rise in the number of locally registered Western IT companies. Yet Klein Pantsulaia and Klein Iskandaryan work with the FMCG industry as well as the oil and gas industry. As Daniel Klein claims, there is no limitation to the areas of the law or the industries.
We've opened up two offices, Klein Pantsulaia in Georgia and Klein Iskandaryan in Armenia. We see an upside for our businesses both in both countries, and legal practices, especially from a company that is a mix of both the Western and American legal experience and the local experience. So we have a mix of U.S. Georgian and U.S. Armenian experience, which will, I think, add up to the overall portfolio of the company and help us to establish ourselves in extremely competitive market that we have both in Georgia and Armenia in legal services. But of course, we're looking forward to success in our businesses in both regions, and we're looking forward to working with Western companies, whether it's from the U.S., North America, outside Europe, inside Europe, regional-wise, and also with all the transitions that we have right now, companies relocating and also helping out other companies, startups, as well as established corporate entities. So we're really looking forward to doing business in Georgia and in Armenia.
We are dealing with foreign companies for their legal issues and everything else what can be somehow connected with a law. So I'm dealing with Armenia, my colleagues are dealing with Georgia, and the founder is Daniel Klein, and we are very proud to announce that we are setting up our company in all this in Caucasus. So we are unique in that in that meaning.
The founders of the newly established law firms are onto something unique. Given that no other law firms are operating simultaneously in Georgia, Armenia and Western countries, there is an enormous opportunity for Klein Pantsulaia and Klein Iskandaryan in the Caucasus region.
The Checkpoint is presented by GM Pharma, the first international multinational pharmaceutical company in GM Pharma, to serve those who need it most.